Hey my friends, this is Daniel Aldie, and today I want to talk with you about 7 types of people you should never do business with. Look my friends, I've been an entrepreneur for many years now, and I can tell you from experience that you don't want to work with the 7 types of people that I am about to mention. So please listen up. The first type of person you should never work with are the people who don't respect you. If someone doesn't respect you or your craft, then you have no time to do business with them. For example, if you're a world-class chef, and you know that you've mastered the art of cooking. You understand all the ingredients, your kitchen, your restaurant. But you have a customer that comes in and complains about the portion sizes in front of your face, in front of your guests, that you don't have time to give your energy to that person. You don't have time to focus on their negative remarks. All you have time for is to focus on the people who actually enjoy your product and your services. There's a lot of people who might misunderstand who you are and what you're doing. There's also going to be a large number of people who underestimate the value of your services. In fact, they might even underestimate the value of your work. For example, sports athletes make millions of dollars in top sports because they're able to attract the attention of millions of people. But the best athletes know how to deflect the worst remarks because they've heard it all. They've heard all the improvements they can make. They've heard all the feedback from the marketplace, and they've heard all the boos from all the stadiums. Ultimately, if someone undervalues your craft and your position in life, then just don't do business with them. Move on because your next client is waiting to be served. The second type of person you should never do business with are people who are always late. They're late to the meeting. They're late to sign the contract. They're late to make their payments. They're late for every single thing. If you're dealing with tardiness among the people that you're working with, then it's time to stop doing business with them. Now, I know some of you might say, well, Daniel, I've been doing business with this vendor for quite a long time. This customer is my highest paying customer, but he's always late. Look, my friends, I'm going to tell you that there are some exceptions that you can make. But if you know that there's a new person coming along and they start to show up late and you know you can easily get rid of them, then make sure to do it immediately. Now there's another kind of person that's not necessarily late, but they delay. Maybe you offer them a good service. Maybe you've affirmed them. Maybe they know that they should do it, but they're afraid to do it. Look, I'm telling you that if you know you can follow up and you've done your best and they still haven't given you the response that you know you deserve, that means that that person is technically late. If that person is not coming through, and they're stealing away your time and your energy that you've put into following them, then it's not your duty to do business with them. The third type of person you should never do business with are people who debate with you. If you know that you offer something that's very special to you and the people that you serve, and everyone loves it except for the person that's standing in front of you debating with you about your offering, then you don't have to do business with them. There's so many people in this world that even before they decide to pay $1 are just there to agitate you. They're gonna complain, they're gonna condemn, they're gonna criticize, they're gonna talk about everything you're doing wrong, and they're gonna debate with you, and many of them have a very good logical point that they're making, but it's only for your feedback. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to transact with them. All it means is that you have to take what they say and turn it into what you need to do in the end. If there's someone that you're thinking about doing business with, but you have bad vibes about them, you feel a bad vibration, or you just feel icky, then don't do business with them. They're untrustworthy. They're not worthy of your time, your energy, and most of all, your talent. This actually moves us into our fourth point. You never want to do business with someone that is untrustworthy. Whether they're a client, or a coworker, or an employee, or even a potential manager that you've just hired, if you don't feel like you can trust this person, then don't do business with them. Don't feel obligated to give your time and energy to someone that you know is gonna end up being a backstabber in the end. If you're suspicious about someone that's gonna lie or cheat or steal, then you don't have to do business with them. Trustworthy people feel trustworthy for a reason. You can tell by the signals that they make and the words that they say. You can see it on their face. You can tell by the vibes. If you feel like you can't trust that person, then go with your gut. Understand that your mind is not there to trick you, your mind is there to tell you the truth. Many years ago, I was dealing with a vendor that I felt I was going to do business with. Everything that they were offering seemed promising. Their testimonials looked legitimate. I'd said to myself, their price matches my budget. I'm gonna go with them. But right before I decided to pay the invoice, something told me inside that it was wrong. I decided to withdraw from the business contract, and I decided not to transact with them. 6 months later, I found out that that person was no longer in business. I couldn't find any trace of this person at all. Now, if I had done business with this person, it would have lasted longer than 6 months. I'm glad I made the right decision, because the right decision will always put you in the right position. Guys, remember, if you ever feel like you're dealing with someone that's untrustworthy, you have to trust your gut. You have to understand that if you check your heart before you start, your heart will always tell you the truth. A lot of people in business circles will firmly tell you, don't ever make emotional decisions. But my friends, I'm here to tell you something different. You need to make emotional decisions after you make logical ones. Make logical decisions first in your mind, and then check your heart for your emotions to see if you really want to do it. Let me make it clear, before you make a business decision, it's usually a logical one at first. You feel like you have to make a change, and so you reach out to a vendor. Once that vendor quotes you the price and they're offering, you make a logical decision to decide if it's actually worth it. Once you got the logical part down, you make an emotional decision to act on it. If the emotional part of your decision doesn't feel right, then you're not obligated to transact with this person. But if it does feel right, after you've considered the logic, after you considered your mindset, then now is time to pull the trigger and make it happen. The fifth type of person you should never do business with are people who are desperate. Now, people that have the desperate mentality are usually looking for a quick fix. Now, they might have the money to pay you, but if they're rushing to pay you, the reason is usually simple. They want that quick fix. They want to solve their problems, and they expect so much from you for the price that they're paying. If you know that you're dealing with a potential customer that seems desperate, what you need to do is to sit them down and explain your product, your services, and your procedures. If they don't want to go through that process and you know they need to, and they don't understand what you're offering, then don't do business with them. Because if they're looking for a quick fix, based on the expectations that they have that you can't give them, then they're only going to ask for a refund. They're only going to give you a hard time. And in the end, it's not worth it because you've spent so much time and energy to work for someone for free. Don't ever do business with people who are desperate. In my business, I personally deal with millions of people every single month. And I see all kinds of comments, all kinds of questions, all different mentalities. There's some people that expect exactly what they should be expecting, and there's some people that expect way too much for what I'm offering. My friends, the only way to weed these people out is to try to discourage them if you feel that they're desperately searching for a quick fix. And a great way to discourage them is to really ask them if they know what they're getting. If they don't know what they're getting and they can't re-articulate what you're offering, then they are not the customer for you. Now, one last thing about this point that I want to share with you is to always, and I mean always, under-promise and over-deliver, which basically means offer them a product or a service, but over-deliver on that product or that service. Give them more than what their dollars are paying for. Add more value than they're actually expecting. If you do this consistently over time, you will attract more legitimate clients and get more referrals that will help you grow your business in the end. The sixth type of person you should never do business with are family and friends. Now, I want to make it clear that the only exception is if you have a family business that has a proven process that you've been using for multiple years. But besides that, if you have a business that you've grown from scratch, do not invite family and friends into your business. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because there are so many complications when you start to involve your bloodline into your work. The first complication is that they expect too much. Not only do they expect so much, but they also expect it for free. If you're doing business with family, they're going to expect discounts. They're going to expect freebies. They're going to expect you to go above and beyond what you normally do for your customers and at a lower price. How does that make sense from a business standpoint? The second complication that you'll face when you do business with friends and family is that they could turn on you if it doesn't work out. Now, if you offer a product or service and they were expecting something other than what you delivered and they didn't like it, then they can easily turn sour on you. Because they might say something like this: you know what? I don't want to do business with you because I don't like how you do business. And because I don't like how you do business, I don't really want to associate with you anymore. You never want the relationship to turn sour just because of their expectation of your business. Also, you never want to feel like you're not doing business in the right way just based on their expectations of you. And the third reason why you don't want to do business with family and friends is because they're going to have an extra pride. They're going to feel validated by doing business with you. And they might actually make other people feel jealous or inferior because those people didn't do business with you. All of a sudden, you have someone that you did business with, your family members think that you gave them a special deal, that you gave them a special service, and now what's gonna happen? You're gonna have an influx of all these people, family, friends, neighbors, and even their referrals that expect you to do the job for a cheap price. They're gonna have all these expectations and they're gonna ask for all these discounts. You never wanna do business like that, my friends. The seventh type of person you should never do business with are people who undervalue your services. If someone is giving you a low ball price that is a fraction of what you offer, then you're not obligated to take that business even if you need the money. There's been millions of entrepreneurs who've been lowballed and they took the money only to realize that that customer expects too much. They ask so many questions and then ultimately they ask for a refund or they never come back and do business again. In business, there's a lot of people who are gonna call you just to test your reactions. They wanna see what you're gonna say. They wanna see the prices that you're offering and how low you're willing to go. Now, a lot of these people are your direct competitors. They wanna figure out how desperate you are. They wanna see if you actually have character behind your brand. They're testing your reactions. If people are calling you with a lowball offer, don't take the money. It's most likely a trap. They just wanna see how you react. They just wanna see what you're going to say. There's so many tricks in a trade. There's so many things that you don't even know you need to know in business. And if you like this type of video and you want me to dig a little deeper, make sure to type business in the comment section below. If I get enough responses, I'll make sure to generate more videos that will help my fellow entrepreneurs. My friends, this is Daniel Aldie, and I just shared with you 7 types of people to never do business with. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button. I have so much more that I want to share with you. Also, if there's anyone that you need to pass this video along to, make sure to do it. There's so many powerful lessons in this video that they really need to see. Again, this is Daniel Aldie. Always do business with love, with character, and with integrity. Remember, if you have the right intentions, you will always find the right directions. Enjoy this video. Please watch it over and over again, and please do business on the highest level. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.